Hello Malaysians, welcome back to my channel. Thank you very much. For this video, I would like to leap into the future and look at the possibilities of what may be in store for us. We live in certainly very exciting times, and with the conclusion of the Congress of PKR, which saw that Nurul Izzah winning the deputy presidency over Rafizi Ramli, and a lot of questions rising with regards to what is Rafizi's future, I thought that we could jump ahead and look beyond Rafizi or Nurul Izzah, and then we can see whether there are various possibilities into the future. But certainly, I have named a few people that I think would inspire a lot of people to see that there may be hope. People that I have been looking at would be Rafizi, Khairy Jamaluddin, even Azmin Ali, and there is some questions and possibilities about Nurul Izzah. Now, of the four, looking at the way that Malaysia has become one of the strongest personalities that may see himself being a prime minister in a very near future. If not 2016, definitely it will be 2017 and beyond. I think 2016, if Anwar becomes the prime minister, that would be probably his last, and there is also doubt that he would be, but those are something that we'll consider in the discussion on Nurul Izzah. But my money is on, perhaps first and foremost, would be Rafizi Ramli in 2 elections to come. Why? Because we have seen that people, Malaysians, know Rafizi Ramli very well. Malaysians, whether they are Malays, Chinese, Indians, all of them roots for Rafizi Ramli over Nurul Izzah. The common idea about Nurul Izzah's winning the deputy presidency is simply by way of her father's influence. That is what people are saying. I have no opinion on that, but that is what people perceive. And that is also what Rafizi Ramli had tried to inform the public. Whether it is true or not, I'm not sure. But whatever it is, everyone can see that Rafizi is a machine of his own, meaning he can, if he wants something, then he can just get it. And he's brash enough, arrogant enough to actually forge ahead by himself. Just look at the way he treated Anwar Ibrahim when he went up to the podium, just shaking the hand without looking at the face and just moving on, not acknowledging an orang tua or even your president. Some would say orang yang tiada adab or pongkak or arrogant, and then sitting beside the man, it would have to be only Anwar to what we call menyapa, and this is pure brashness, pure arrogance, and some would say pure courage in front of the most powerful man at the moment, or rather seemingly most powerful. So we see that Rafizi is no stranger to being dropped and sidelined and then coming back up. He was dropped and sidelined once upon a time, and then he came back up. And this is the mark of a true leader, like to Dr. Mahathir, who was dropped many times and left into the wilderness, but he grew it back, and he was willing to work with his enemy Anwar Ibrahim and come at the top. So I don't see any reason why Rafizi Ramli should not start a new party. I'm not sure if he still wants to be with PKR and bide his time and then go for the presidency, perhaps even in the next Congress. That might be possible, but I don't think it's something that is plausible at the moment. So I think that one of the pathways that Rafizi could have is to take a third of PKR and form a new party, and then work with other parties to form a coalition, and hope that his party wins more seats, and then he would be heading towards the prime ministership. But at the moment, it seems to be that he will be with PKR and just be silent in the corner, biding his time and planning his strategies. So that's Rafizi Ramli, my top choice. The second person that I would put my money on would be Khairy Jamaluddin. And Khairy Jamaluddin was a very powerful figure in UMNO and was liked by certain number of Malay people. But when he fell, being thrown out by Zahid Hamidi because of Khairy being part of another group to bring down Zahid. And so I have seen him rise into the popularity with his Keluar Sekejap, and then in other ways. I do not think he has changed very much in his still having his DNA, UMNO DNA with race and religious thing. But he has certainly shown his versatility, meaning very versatile in terms of adapting, and now he is very popular among all Malaysians, women, men, and everyone, every single Malaysians of different age, different race, and that is something quite remarkable. And so Khairy Jamaluddin can only be Prime Minister to me if he has a new party. But his plan seems to be hanging around UMNO. He seems to want to go back to UMNO, use the machinery to actually propel him to become Prime Minister. But how is that so? I mean, there are so many leaders ahead. Zahid Hamidi, you look at Zamri, you look at Khalid Nordin, all these are waiting in line. And I don't think if UMNO allows him back in, that he would be treated with a red carpet. I don't think that Khairy Jamaluddin will be joining PAS or Bersatu, because that would then taint his reputation at the moment as being a Malaysian politician. Because once you join Perikatan Nasional, you are either a Melayu politician or PAS, a so-called Muslim extremist politician. And I don't think that he would want any of that. Now, the interesting thing about Rafizi Ramli and Khairy Jamaluddin is that both of them are not known at all, or maybe Rafizi at least not known to use race and religion. Khairy Jamaluddin maybe once or twice perhaps, but not so much. And true to form, I think race and religion is not his forte in terms of bringing the idea of one race Malaysia. And so I do believe that if Khairy Jamaluddin starts a new political party, maybe join in with Rafizi's new political party, then they might be a very strong force to be reckoned with. And so this is something which most politician who has been sidelined, like Dr. Mahathir, who started PPBM after he had left UMNO, and also how Mahathir engineered the UMNO Baru, and this is something which may be very possible. Now, some people are saying that starting a political party is very difficult. You have to have lots of money, lots of all this and stuff like that. But in the digital age, I think this is very, very possible. And once you are already there as a digital footprint with Rafizi and Khairy Jamaluddin controlling the digital narrative of Malaysia, I think there is no problem for them to join forces to go against the old ways of Perikatan Nasional and also Barisan Nasional and perhaps even Pakatan Harapan. And so this new coalition of young leaders might actually be something to look forward to. And this is something that is very, very possible in my mind, because both of these leaders have the courage, have the uh, ingenuity to actually work and think outside of the box. Look at Rafizi, look at Khairy Jamaluddin. These are leaders that knows the political battle lines and knows how to work the crowd, work more importantly the digital crowd and the netizens of this country. And so I think that would be something very interesting, and if both of them work together, we may do away with this race and religion nonsense once and for all. And I look forward towards that day to happen. Now, third may be a very unpopular choice, which is Azmin Ali. Many people look at Azmin Ali as a traitor because he had caused the downfall of Pakatan Harapan and had set up another coalition to actually rule Malaysia for almost 2 years. Now, many people, if they do away with that, just look at his political strategy, we would see that Azmin Ali has all the makings of a great political leader. Number one, he had survived a very long time in Reformasi, where Anwar was in prison, and he and a few others like Saifuddin and used to be Ezam, but then Ezam went out. Saifuddin and Rafizi, they were the ones that carried the flag when Anwar was in a prison. And so they did a fine job to bring PKR to the very close to the positions of power. And then we saw about the Menteri Besar of Selangor, and at that time, Wan Azizah was the favorite, and after that, suggestion of Anwar to be the chief minister. But after all that, Azmin Ali had engineered himself to be placed, even though his name was not on the list. And so that shows how shrewd the man is. He can work with political powers like Parti Islam Malaysia, and also other political powers that has race as their mindset. Apart from being tainted a traitor for most Malaysians, if we look at Azmin Ali, he is also one of those politicians that is very rare, where he does not use race and religion, and that is something for us to look forward to. I'm not trying to build up his name in terms of I'm just being academic in the sense that I look upon him as a person who is a very, very shrewd and very clever politician, and his way of thinking can be something that is quite remarkable. Now, whether he will be Bersatu as its leader and take the party out of Parti Islam's shadow, of which that's what it is now, if he can wrestle it against Muhyiddin and Hamzah Zainuddin, then that would be perfect. But as long as these two characters are there, not sure how that would happen. And so again, another new political party need to be formed by Azmin Ali, where many Bersatu members could actually come into being there. So we can see that if Khairy Jamaluddin starts a new party, some UMNO members would be there, some PKR members would join him, even Bersatu members. Azmin Ali would certainly attract a lot of people. Rafizi, Ramli, and definitely would attract a great number of people. So with these three gentlemen, I think they would form a very strong force against whatever Perikatan Nasional representing the race supremacy side, and Pakatan Harapan representing some bit more moderate on a lot of Malaysian issues, but there is still a little bit of the DNA of race. But Rafizi, Khairy and Azmin Ali would definitely push for a Malaysian narrative rather than a race supremacy narrative or a religious supremacy narrative, because it was never been in their DNA. Rafizi is all for growth and economy. Khairy Jamaluddin is also part of the intellectual force to actually inspire many things. Azmin Ali is the what they call the career politician that could make people join together, enemies come together into a great new coalition. So these are the three gentlemen would, I think, most probably would helm Malaysia. Now, some people will then ask, what about Nurul Izzah? Isn't she one of those that is most probably to become Prime Minister, given the fact that her father is already the top man? Yes, but we are not looking at the position of PKR in relation to the whole coalition yet. Anwar is not the most powerful person like Tun Dr. Mahathir. And for him to be actually the Prime Minister in GE17, there is some doubt. What happens if Barisan Nasional wins more seats than PKR? They will insist on Zahid Hamidi to be the Prime Minister, and that would end Nurul Izzah's rise, because Nurul Izzah, although is part of the PKR, but she has not shown great commandeering talent yet, and therefore there is not that much of a possibility until she comes into her own, being in charge of a campaign for the election. Perhaps in GE16 we might see her taking over Rafizi's place, as it should be, because of her deputy presidency. Then we will see whether she is up for the job, and then we can also see how you would work with one another because of that. And so these are some of the possibilities that may happen in Malaysia, and I think we are in for very exciting times, and we should actually look ahead rather than look towards the past. We have talented new leaders who will not use race and religious method. That is most important, and they are also very savvy in the digital architecture of the country, of which people like Anwar is probably not, and they are also those who are part of a young generation that still have small children, and like special needs children, of which they will be looking at the issue of the young people who would definitely be attracted to be part of this new Malaysia under these possible new leaders in a very near future. So with that, good luck Malaysia. Thank you very much. Hi everybody. If you would like to own my book and have my signature as well as a personal note from me, please follow the instruction. Thank you.